Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A horrific plane crash on St. Croix, a crime report on domestic violence, and the top brass of the American Red Cross pays a visit to St. Croix. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a small plane crashed early this afternoon on St. Croix. Sadly, there are no survivors. Let's go to News Channel 8's Wes Small with more.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. A horrific story to report. Right now, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. We believe within the hour or so, we have a small plane that went down in this goat field right here. We are on East Airport Road, right next to the agriculture area, adjacent to UVI. Centerline Road is that way. The airport is that way. We don't believe there's any survivors. A small plane in the field now. You see members from St. Croix Rescue, EMTs, Virgin Island National Guard, a lot of other entities here as well, trying to do what they can on this horrible situation. Right now, let's go to the first press conference with Melody Rames, VIPD Public Information Officer.
We're here by East Airport Road on St. Croix at the scene of a small plane that apparently has crashed in the area. Right now we're waiting for word on how many passengers the plane actually holds and how many passengers the plane actually was carrying at the time. It crashed over in the field behind of us, and according to the Deputy Chief, Chris Howell, when emergency people arrived on the scene, the plane was totally engulfed in flames. So right now we have here on scene Port Authority, Fire, FAA, EMS, Municipal Fire. We have the FAA and the NTB, which investigates all plane crashes. And of course we have Police Department on scene.
Any survivors?
Right now we're checking that, but it really seems unlikely at this time.
Let's go back to Melody Rames right now, VIPD spokesperson. She has more on this horrific plane accident that just happened about an hour ago here on East Airport Road.
We know right now we had a small plane. It's a Cessna 177. Came out of the airport here in St. Croix. Had 3 passengers. And unfortunately, there's no survivors at this time.
What type of plane is it? Is it a tourist plane? Or any airlines at all on the plane?
It is a private plane. It's a Cessna 177. It's a private plane. The plane does do tours and short flights and that. But right now, I don't have the information on what exactly was the intent of the flight, but what we do know is that detectives from the VIPD did see that the plane was in the air and it seemed to be in trouble, and so they were actually able to get on to the site within minutes. But by the time they actually got here, the plane was engulfed in flames.
We're going to wrap this up again. If you've just joined us, very sad news to report. Probably about an hour and a half ago or so, or within 2 hours now, we have a Cessna 177, apparently 3 people inside, including the pilot, that went down. Right there, you could see the tail end of the plane right there as the cameraman zooms through the bushes. We have members from St. Croix Rescue Squad, the VIPD, EMTs here as well, VI National Guard, Civil Air Patrol. Just a note. I was a reporter for Channel 8 probably about 6 or 7 years ago when we had our last plane crash, and that was involving some junior pilots. You might remember that from the Civil Air Patrol, and that was right next to the airport, that hill as you make a left off of Melvin Evans Highway. That was the last accident, and that was involving some students who were flying. We don't believe any survivors were in that as well. The lieutenant governor is here, as you could see. Thomas Hanna is here. They are now removing evidence and, unfortunately, bodies from the wreckage as we speak. Again, it's a horrible story. And again, there's no winners in this situation, that's for sure. Very sad. You see the National Guard there taking some things from the wreckage itself. You see Deputy Chief Howell there, Melody Rames there as well, and everyone just trying to lend a hand. What we can tell you is this, is that everyone is very concerned here and just trying to do what they can, but there is a sense of sadness here because we believe some police detectives saw this plane in trouble over the field. They got here just minutes later, but the plane was engulfed in flames, and they could not do anything about it. So we believe we have 3 people dead, did not survive this crash. We saw Mr. Bulkey there from Bulkey investigating this situation as well. If we have any more information from the FAA or the authorities involving this, we'll give it to you. For now, that's all we know. We're near Henry Rolson Airport on East Airport Road. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
2 suspects of domestic violence are in the news this evening, and News Channel 8's Wes Small has more on that story.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We're here at Ann Schrader Command in Lorraine, and it is Domestic Violence Month. We know that. Again, I'm wearing my purple ribbon about there is no excuse for domestic violence. Domestic violence detectives on St. Croix have now placed 37-year-old Vincent Georges Jr. on the VI Most Wanted list. You see his picture here. Georges is wanted on charges of burglary, second degree, grand larceny, and destruction of property. Vincent Georges Jr., also known as Vince, is 6 foot 2 inches tall and weighs about 175 pounds. He wears his hair black and shoulder-length locks. He has dark brown eyes and a light brown complexion. He's been known to frequent Mutual Homes, Grove Place, and also the islands of St. Thomas and St. John. Police said Georges kicked his way into a female's home, took her jewelry and cash. So if you see Georges, or if you know where he is, please call Domestic Violence Unit at 712-6094. 911 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. We want to remind you that anyone found to be harboring Georges or aiding him in any way is subject to criminal prosecution. What is going on with Timmy? Copley Timmy Evans. That's right. He's 40 years old. He's from estate Wim, Frederickstead, charged with contempt of court. It's not the first time we've done a story on him. Also, disturbance of peace. He's made threats towards a female victim. Now, at the time of his arrest, Timmy Evans was on house arrest already, Monday through Sunday, 7:30 p.m. until 5 a.m. in the morning. That by the order of the court after he was arrested May 28th and charged with kidnapping, mayhem, disturbance of the peace by threats, and grand larceny in connection with a domestic case that happened in May 24th. That's when the VIPD said Evans threatened the same woman, the same girl, on September 19th and then again on September 30th after he spotted her driving to the roadway. Police said Evans made threatening gestures toward the woman, tried to block her with his car. He was held without bail and remanded to Golden Grove. The court will consider the revocation of Evans' house arrest bail conditions. What is going on with Copley Timmy Evans? He's been in and out of this situation for month after month after month, given chance after chance after chance. We've even received tips far beyond this date in the past about Timmy harassing this girl, this female. While we certainly hope that that domestic violence issue can be resolved. Here at Ann Schrader Command, remember the ribbon over my heart. There is no excuse for domestic violence. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.